What's up, guys? Today is January 27th and I'm going to show you part 2 of how I modified my kayaks to the way I like it, and hopefully, like, if you want to do the same, you can. Now the tools I'm going to be using is what I have and it's available, so if whatever tools you have, if they're a little bit better, can do the job better, by all means do that. But I'm just doing what I have on hand, and I will show you a picture of everything that I used and have it listed at the end of the video. So let's get out there and go at it. See you in a couple seconds. Alright guys, the first thing we're going to need to do is these holes were already drilled because this is where the bungee cord was inserted in and held the latch lid down, the dry box lid down. So these are right here is where the J hooks were down with screws. So we're just going to take a 1/4 inch drill bit, drill them out. And on the inside there's a little bit of a lip. It's like a nipple where the screws were actually in. So we're going to take our carpet knife and just shave it down. If you can get a bite on it real quick, just one nice little swoop should do it. Hopefully that will be it. Okay. So I got 4 J hooks with stainless steel screws or bolts, and just feed them through. And once you get it started, that's all I do is get them started first. If you're not coordinated enough like me, you're gonna have to play with it for a couple. There you go. They're actually going to be this way. I'm just going to get them started for now, and then I'll tighten them down. Next, you're going to need a 7/16 socket and a Phillips head screwdriver. Just tighten them down. Now it doesn't matter where they're positioned because you're going to turn them around anyway. So I mean, they should be facing in this direction, but as you can see, you can spin them around if you want. I mean, when you want or when you need to. So I'm just going to tighten them down a little bit. Once they get to where the ratchet will work. That's pretty tight enough. Just position it. Then I have to go on this side and do this. Now they don't have to be super tight, but just snug enough to where your your lid for the dry box and your milk carton containers won't slide around when you have them fastened down. Okey-doke. Let me go ahead and loosen this one so I can actually turn it easily. So don't. Well, there it is. Alright, so that is how we put the holders on, the J-hooks on. So now I'm going to have to cut the milk crates. Alright guys, these I got these at Home Depot for like $8 each. And I'm not going to need the whole thing. I'm going to cut one of them right along here, all the way around. Just throw the top away, and then take the other one, and that's all I need off of this one is this part. So I'm going to cut along here just for a lid. And let me set up and I'll show you how that's done. Alright, I'm back guys. What I did is I pre-drilled a hole right here so I get my jigsaw started. I'm just going to start drilling, sawing. There you have it. Now this is a little rough, but I'll take some sandpaper on my my little palm sander and sand it down to where it's not going to cut anybody or me when I'm out on the lake or anything. I mean, it's not that sharp, but you want a lot smoother. Now this is going to be the holder part where it straps down, and then now I'm going to cut the lid. And just like that one, I already pre-drilled a hole. And this part, that's trash. And so will this piece. So here we go. There you have it, guys. It came out pretty good. Now, let me set this on here to show you. Now, like I said, this piece is trash. This is the piece that I cut for there. Now, that's all that's going to do is sit on like that. And once it's on the kayak, you'll put a strap here, which I'll show you, and 2 cable ties. And it'll be your door, and it'll come down here and strap down with another little bungee cord that I'll show you. And that's all for this one. Now let's get the other part set up. I'll see you in a couple seconds. Alright guys, now that we have the milk crate cut, I'm going to show you how to position it on here. Now, I'm not going to put this on yet, so that's out of the way. What you need to do, get the cover that came to it with the kayak, and I had already pre-drilled holes and marked. I don't know if you can see them 2 black lines on these crates here, and I had already pre-drilled the hole for the bungee cord and the 2 holes for the bungee that holds them down, so I wouldn't waste any more of your time. So what you want to do is line them up, and what I did before I even did this is I put my rods in here to make sure it doesn't get in the way much, and it looked pretty good. So I already drilled the holes. Now what you're going to need to do is take these. Now I made these out of a cheap cutting board that I got from Walmart, and used a circle hole drill and cut them out so they would be locks, and it would hold them down. So all you got to do is, I cut them just big enough to where it would actually start threading into the lid, and then I'll take the lock washer and the nut and put them on the bottom once they feed through enough. And when you're doing it, you should see the bottom of the crate and the lid of the dry box lid like coming together. And let me see if there's the front one is enough, but the bottom one needs to go down a little more. Okay, that should bite. So you put your lock washer and then your nut on. Get it to bite. If I can get it in. Maybe just a little more. Yep, that'll do it. All right. Now, hold her steady and crank her. And that'll be tight enough to hold that one. Now let me figure out what I did with the other lock washer when I took it off. I know they have to be in here somewhere. Well, I have extra. I can't find them right now, so I'll just get another one. They probably blew off in the wind because it's kind of gusty here today. All right, let me feed that through a little bit more. Now, like I said in the other video, I do use stainless steel to try to prevent a lot of rusting. All right. Now these are on, I feel like they're pretty tight, but let me check. That'll be good. And as you can see, it's on there pretty good. So what I did with the elastic that held it down is I cut them in strips, so there'll be the latches for the, and I already for the hold it down on the extra space storage. I tied one end already, cut it just enough size to feed through the holes. Bring them out this way, and once you figure out how much space you're going to need to tie them down light or tight, then you can actually go in and stretch it in the inside and tie it down more, so it's a lot tighter around these. It's going to go like this, and then of course up through the hole. Once you figure out what tightness you need, then That'll be the good part of it, and keep that nice and tight. And the lid, like I said, here, so I'll sand that down a little bit more too. But you take the lid, put it on, and I made this out of one of them little teeny bungees. This will be the lock that goes down into the hole. But these two pieces, what you got to do is come from underneath on one. It doesn't matter where you put it. You can put it there or here, but I'll probably put it right there. So you're going to have to feed it through, and somewhere in here you're going to have to tie a knot. Just for video, let's just do that, and that'll draw that up there. And when you got the two bungees down here, I mean the draw ties, that's how it holds the lid down. Easy to come on, easy to come off, and these two pieces right here will lock it down. So you have your storage box, which, since I like it a little bit more profile, I didn't want just the open milk carton or milk crate. I made these with the hole saw cutter, the ones that lock the lid down. And then, since I do some fishing videos, I'll take this one. Actually, this piece will go underneath. And these are all self-threaded too, so it helps secure them better. A 1/2 inch PVC, I forget what they call them. A cap and a coupler. And I'll probably put it there and then secure it from the bottom. And then I'll have a PVC pipe that comes up here with the camera on it, so it gives me a view from the top other than just looking at me. This way I can actually film like if I'm fishing topwater, the hook sets, and you can see the splash and stuff. But yeah, for right now, this will be all to it, except for me sanding that down. And you know, if you don't have to sand it down if you want, but just gives it a little bit better look. I think I matched up the carton pretty good to the kayak. I didn't really know they made them this color, but I was around Home Depot and I saw them and said had to have them. So that's about it for now, guys. Alright guys, this is pretty much the finished product here. I tied this down. I put the hinges on the door with the zip ties. You can see it works great. A little hole. I pre-tied these, I already tied these. And so all you gotta do to get inside of them is unlatch them, get down inside. Got my GoPro mount here. Inside. Right now I got my paddle leash, if I decide to use one, out of a bungee cord and some Velcro, and the tie down to put it on the little cart to get it to the lake if it's too far of a walk to carry it. So there you have it. And up front, while you were off camera, I actually moved the one mount for the GoPro, put it on the side so I can put my fish finder there. I know I didn't show you that, but I didn't want to waste your time, but that's the finished product right there. And now it's all I have to do is wait for the springtime to get here so we can start getting out on the lake. Yeah, if we get a couple days like this again, except for without the wind, I might even be able to get out there and do some bass fishing at that little lake. try out my fish finder for the first time. And that's about it. Hope you enjoyed. Like I said before, like and subscribe. Thank you.